Hello and welcome to the Retail Pro Prism Promotions webinar. My name is Tyler. I'm with the Training and Tech Support Department at Big Hairy Dog, and I will be taking you on a tour of the promo system today, including promotions preferences and permissions and the promotion setups themselves. Without further ado, let's hop in and we're going to go look at promotion permissions first. It's a very quick section. I went to store operations via the main menu. I'm going to go to employees and group management. In the group that you want to configure permissions for, go ahead and edit and go ahead and find the search box at the top and type promo. It'll hide everything that isn't promotion related, and there's a whole promotion section further down the list. It's quicker to get to this by typing promo at the top. Now I've turned everything on, but I'm going to give you a brief description of the applications, okay? So access promotions is to look, not touch. Maybe a cashier should have access to view all of the current existing promotions. So that's a way to let them go and peruse without being able to touch or edit anything else. Allow them to access promotions. Now, activate and deactivate are pretty straightforward. Create and delete are pretty straightforward, but they do different things, right? They're kind of two levels of functions. So after I create a copy, create a promo, either by making it by hand or copying an existing one. It must be active for it to take effect. When that promo is no longer relevant, we have to deactivate it so that it will not take effect when certain criteria are met. Okay. Now, unlike most other things in Prism, a promotion can be deleted, but only once it's deactivated. So an active promotion cannot be arbitrarily deleted. It would have to be deactivated and then deleted. So extra clicks to make sure you're doing what you want there. A little bit of control. Edit promotions simply changes the criteria within the promotions, the validation rules, which say when the promotion is triggered, the reward rules, which say what the promo is going to achieve for you or your customer. We won't necessarily want a cashier to edit, delete, create, copy, activate, or deactivate. And broadcasting is simply how to push this out to multiple stores, okay? We're going to save after we've made all the changes that we like. So just remember, you need to set promotions permissions for staff that will be creating promos and limit those permissions for staff that you don't want working with discounting in that way. Okay. Now the promotion system is not a replacement for manual discounts. If there are scenarios which on the fly your cashier needs to handle, like a damaged product being sold at a discount, you may want to work with manual discounts for that purpose. Promotions are more cause and effect. Do my criteria on the transaction get met, and does that cause a discount to apply? It's automatic. We set up those rules later. And it is not a replacement for price manager for actual markdowns in pricing that might be planned or timed. This is not a markdown. It is more of a clearance. It can be used with coupon codes, buy one, get one offers. Promotions does everything that isn't a manual discount, isn't a package or a kit, or i.e. a combination discount or a price markdown. Okay, promos are cool. We're going to go to the main menu in admin console. First, we're going to stop in node preferences, system, reasons, and notes. If you want to specify reasons ahead of time to be used with promos, this is important. You'll want to come in here. Now it's saying reasons can only be displayed at the subsidiary level and lower. So we'll double click subsidiary number 1. And right now for discard, there's nothing to display, but we'll switch to discounts under the type drop-down menu. And maybe I do a damage as well, right? Now the question is, am I really requiring a reason? So we could turn this off and I won't have to use a reason for promotions or manual discounts. If I turn this on, both situations will require me to pick from my list of reasons. Why is that important? Well, we'll talk about that in the next section. I'm not going to require a reason at this time, but we will be using them. Under Node Preferences Transactions, we need to go to promotions, and we need to, again, in our subsidiary level for best results probably, although if you need to fine tune this on a per store basis, you may. We want to enable promotions. This is off by default. Most of you should have had it turned on for training because when you did your go live training with Prism, we would have demonstrated promotions and probably helped you set them up. So many folks may be using promotions already. But if not, check this, make sure that you turn on promotion. This will turn it on for all of my stores. Okay. Now, what do I want to do with a promotion when the criteria are met? Do I want to auto apply? Well, I'm going to use that for training today so that we can see our promotions apply quickly. But we have several options under the manual radial button here. So the first is under tender action drop-down menu. When you click the tender button, what happens? Nothing. That means I have to use the options button on the transaction screen to apply promotions. I will show you where that is later. The other options here are to automatically apply when I push tender or to prompt me to apply promotions when I push tender. So I'm not going to pick any of those. I'm going to set auto apply, but there might be use case scenarios for you to review promos or not apply them to the end of the transaction due to discount stacking. Okay. We're going to let promos apply to manually discounted items, but you have the option to disable that so you don't stack your discounts. In the case of one of my promos, I'm going to do a military discount, and I would want that to apply to clearance items. You may say, no, clearance items are clearance items, and the military discount only applies to items not on clearance. That is not affected here. Our clearances, in the way that I'm talking about them, are other promotions. Do we have buy 3 t-shirts for $20? Do we have buy 2 get 1 free? Do we want the military discount to apply to those? Other promotions are handled with a different setting elsewhere in this webinar, but for manual discounts, as a blanket rule, you can prevent that by unchecking this. So you won't combine promotions with manual discounts by unchecking that. Okay, we'll leave that unchecked. That's fine. Predefined discount reasons. Now I set some up a moment ago in reasons and notes. If I only want to use those predefined reasons, I turn this on. If I want the ability to free type reasons while I create promos, so each promo has a different reason for reporting purposes, I would not want to check this. I would check do not allow promotion names, probably in your best interest when reporting to be able to not see duplicates, right? Okay, we'll work our way back up to this final setting, but the next one of note is, ironically, receipt item field to use for storing manual discount, and we get to pick an item note. That's the irony, pardon me. Note that we use item notes for storing discounts. Now this is actually phrased incorrectly, I believe. It is storing the promotion name in this field. Now those of you who do use item notes probably use item note 1 heavily. And if you think that you need the room to do more item notes, maybe pick something further down the list, like item note 5. If you use item notes very rarely, you might be safe just picking item note 2 so that you can use this item note 1 for transaction purposes otherwise. I'm going to set it to 2, but you have 10 item notes per item on each transaction. So take your pick. On that note, any report that is looking for promo names as opposed to promo reason would need to include item note 2. If you want the promo name to show up on a receipt, it would have to be an item note 2, and that would have to be added to the receipt. Okay. Now the final preference for promotions before we start building some is apply promotions based on and what price level. Okay. The original price is your active price level minus a manual discount. So if you're combining with manual discounts, original price means the promo will calculate before the discount triggers. So if the original price is $19.99 and it's 10% off, then it'll run that before it says, or before you have a damage discount or something like that. So this is pre-manual discount promotion calculation. The other options are current, which is your post manual discount price on the receipt. So do you want the promo to trigger after manual discounts or before manual discounts? That'll be your call. And then active price simply looks at the price level in inventory. Okay, this might be important to use with wholesale customers or with any customer using a non-standard price level. If you do wholesale and retail, maybe your wholesale customers should have this set to active price, or if you want it to take effect for the wholesale. Or rather, the wholesale customer's price level would come to the transaction, so it would be your original price, while the store's active price might be retail. So if I have a wholesale customer, do I want to give them the clearance on the wholesale price or a clearance on my normal retail price? Well, if the clearance is going to give them a better discount than their standard wholesale rate, and we don't want to discount our wholesale transactions, I might pick active price. But again, the basic options are original and current. And original is before the manual discount is applied, and current would be after a manual discount is applied. And we're just going to set it to active price, which is my retail price level. Or sorry, I have seasonal pricing, so it's my spring price level. It should be. Although admittedly, I have wiped this computer in the last few months, and this is not a very full Prism database. So I don't have a lot of documents or inventory at this time. Yeah, we'll see some residue of that, but let's get on to making promotions. Okay, always make sure to save in preferences. Anytime you change pages in preferences, if you're going between reasons, for example, and promos, just make sure you save each time because you will lose your changes if you don't. Each time the page loads up another area, if you didn't save, your settings won't be saved. All right, let's do promotions. I'm going to go to point of sale from the main menu. This is our landing page when you log in anyway, right? Most of you will recognize this at the bottom right corner of the grid, pending any custom HTML or CSS changes that you may have in your system that would remove a button, you'll have promotions. Now, if you disable the ability to access promotions, this will not be lit up. It will be gray like the drawer open button. Okay, that is not why this is gray right now, but that's besides the point. If promotions are not enabled, the button is grayed out and not interactable with, just like this button here on screen. Okay. We're going to go into promotions, and I don't have any. I did a couple of tests earlier, and I deleted those. Quick note about delete. You can't delete an active promotion. You have to deactivate first. I think I said that. Let's build a new promo, and we are going to call this item discount example until I come up with something more creative, because I may change a promotion name later. And I like to have creative things for you if you're listening to me. But we're going to just call this an item discount example, and we're going to go ahead and pick item from the promotion type. And it wants a reason, highlighted red. I think something in my preferences is a little awry, but I'm not too worried about it. We're just going to call this example 1. Of course, you want to use descriptive information to help you and your team understand what is going on with this promotion, so you will name things differently, right? But for practice purposes, I'd say example discounts are going to be fine. I'll do something more creative as we get into this. I don't, with my limited inventory, I don't want to use all my creativity slots until we do a few more promotion types. Okay, so promotion name, reason, and type are required. We're doing an item discount, which is a simple promotion where if an item is listed on a transaction, it gets a discount. There's nothing fancy. It's a single unit rule. There are quantity discounts that will be discussed a little bit later in this conversation. Okay, quantity tiered and rolling. An item discount doesn't do any of that. It's a single item, gets a single discount, percentage or dollar amount or price change. Let's look at activation details. So when is this coupon valid? It's wide open. If I save this, it's never going to turn off. If I want the coupon or the promotion to expire, to disable automatically, I'll set an end date. If I want it to start in the future, I'll set a start date. And if I want it running for a single day like Black Friday, I'll set both, and then it'll disappear on the day after Black Friday, right? It won't disappear, but it'll be disabled, deactivated. Subsidiary, most of our customers aren't running multiple subsidiaries. So for your purposes, this with your main subsidiary listed is going to apply it to your whole organization. If you need to differentiate promos by store, use the store filters, either this interface or this interface, which is more important if you have a lot of stores, okay? If you only have a few stores, you can see them here, or right, your mileage may vary with either one of these options, but the trick is you can filter and pick stores. So store filter, for example, I could say, oh, everybody, if I put a state in address 4, I could say everybody in California, as long as I know the verbiage I used, okay? So all my California stores could have promos, and then my Nevada stores could have promos, but I don't have any Nevada stores. And we're not going to store filter for our promos today. Okay, what price level does it impact? So if I'm on the current spring price level, it's not going to care. So I don't consider seasonal pricing is on a calendar, but I don't consider the seasonal pricing in promos to be better than a start and an end date. I wouldn't let your promos run on seasonal pricing necessarily, but you might want to set up wholesale or retail discounts if you're not using seasonal pricing. This is just how I have set this set up so that my prices change every season. But you may hone in and focus on a price level. I do have one trainee who does wholesale and retail out of their store, and they may want to give a discount to their retail customers while their wholesale people are still making off like bandits with their wholesale licensing. Ha 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 ha. Just kidding. But you may filter for stores, for price levels. You can do a Taco Tuesday. What days of the week does the promotion apply on? Do you want a happy hour? Are all sales between 12 and 1 discounted? I don't know. You might have many uses of the days of the week and time of day, and I find these more fun and interesting than most of the other filters. Maybe it's just because I get to say Taco Tuesday and happy hour. Can this item discount be combined with other promotions? If the item that we list is on another promotion, well, what happens? We would have to determine priority. Okay, we'll worry about that if we have time towards the end of this call. I'm going to try to get in and discuss priorities and promotion groups with you, but that means I need to move right along. So we are not going to combine this. Oh, we will. We'll use this with a military discount later. And we're going to put it with the coupon group. So I set up a coupon group earlier, and this one will be single items. But now can be combined with promo groups with coupons. It'll only be combined with promos that are created with a coupon group. So I'm going to make a military discount coupon code. Okay. So that's how this can be used. If you don't need to specify groups, which lets you specify which promos apply to which, you can turn that off and just say it's going to apply to everything. Right. And again, priorities is an important facet of combined promotions or uncombined, frankly, and we will discuss that later. Okay, so this item discount can be combined with coupons only. It's not going to work if they do other things. That at least affect this single item that we're doing, and I don't think I will have any. All right, apply to manually discounted. This does not override your preference in preferences. Unless you have manually discounted items on in preferences, then you may tell this to no, not combine with manually discounted. This might supersede your preference. So on demand per promo, you can decide whether you are applying it to manually discounted items. All right, override customer price level. If you have a wholesale customer, again, do I want this promo to pull from retail and get them a better discount, even though it's normally a retail price level and they're normally a wholesale customer. Well, if the retail discounted price is better, they probably want the better price. That brings up a tax conversation, which I'm not prepared to speak on, but I digress. Override customer price level, allow price increases. You know, it's there because somebody needed it. I can't imagine we would set up a promo to increase the prices unless we wanted to pull some April Fool's joke on people. But somebody needed that. So if you want to allow price increases due to promo calculations, turn it on. How many times do we apply? If they buy a t-shirt with this promotion, I'm going to call it example 1. How many t-shirts get the promotion? Is it the first one? Do they get to have a limit of 2 t-shirts that get the promotion and everything more than 2 is not discounted? Or can they buy as many of those discounted t-shirts as possible? Well, that's what we'll do. Okay. Let's go to validation rule. So again, activation is when does the promo apply? We'll go to validation. It's going to by default say sale items. This is an item promotion and we need to pick our item. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and say it contains t-shirts. That should achieve the effect. But you may specify individual SKUs. I'm going to discount all of my t-shirts with this promotion this way. I don't believe that's case sensitive. Okay. But if I want to be specific, I could do an ALU. Now I'm going to have to make a pit stop in inventory and set some pricing for myself, and we'll make sure that that t-shirt filter is meaningful. Okay, again, this is a little vague. So do they have a limit of 2 applications? Great. Or do we limit it to a single item here? I'm going to turn on all items to game that out. We're not using item subtotal. Okay, if we wanted to set a threshold there, we could. And we're not going to use a coupon code. This is going to be used in conjunction with coupon codes. And it's not customer specific. Reward rules, what happens? 10% discount. Because it is an item discount, tiered and rolling are off. Okay, so single item discount 10%. I'm going to save, as you should every time you do stuff. Activate is what that was asking me. And let's stop in my inventory and go look at some t-shirts. And you know what? Let's switch to style lookup and let's go pull up my Big Hairy Dog t-shirts. And I need to set some prices. Ask me why I never had, but I am a cheater, so I'm going to copy paste my way through all of this for expediency. Save, adjustment memo, beautiful. Now I actually have t-shirts with prices. Now it looked like they didn't apply, but okay, it's just making my life difficult. Thank you. Second time's a charm. All right, so if I look up a t-shirt, that took an active price, and I think my price levels are jacked. Nope, we're good. All right, so it took the $49.99 and took 10% off and rounded it to $5. There we go. That's the 0.02, the rounding calculation it had to do to get to the nearest penny, probably. If the nearest penny had been 99 cents, it would have rounded down. Okay. And that is an automatic t-shirt promo. I set up a rule that says if the item has t-shirt in it, that it gets 10% off. Awesome. Now I'm going to go ahead and put a hoodie on this transaction, and we'll revisit this. Where's my hoodies? These probably don't have prices either. Oh yeah, I set $59.99 for my hoodie earlier. That t-shirt is ridiculously expensive. I'm sorry. Okay, so I got a hoodie on here, and let's hold. And we're going to go build another transaction or another promo. Point of sale, promotions, new. And I am going to do a item discount, or I'm going to do a transaction discount. So we did an item discount, which is for one. I'm going to try to get in here and define these for you, even if I can't demonstrate every one today. We're going to do a transaction discount now with a coupon code. So this will be the military discount. If I could type. I'm a bit of a nitpicker when it comes to text, although I could be nitpicking my punctuation. Promotion group, this belongs in the coupon group so that we can combine it with everything else that is allowed to combine with coupons. Reason, we'll just do MIL. 6-character limit in your reason codes, by the way. 6 characters. I could not type out the word military. So we'll leave it with mil. And the promotion type is transaction. We're going to take a lump sum off the transaction for our current and former service members. Okay. Do I need to set a date? No, I don't. Do I need to set a sort filter? No, I don't. Do I need to set a price level? No, I don't. Is it days of the week, time of day? No. Maybe you do a Veterans Day coupon though, or a Memorial Day one. That would be your prerogative. Okay. Can be combined with other promos. Yes, I'm just going to turn that on. The other promos won't combine unless they are allowed to combine with coupons, but coupons won't care. Anything that's allowed to combine with a coupon will. Coupons will combine with anything else. So you're probably in your best interest to do multiple promo groups and have that degree of control. All right, yeah, we'll let this apply to manually discounted items. Customer price level, price increase, not worried. They're going to use it once per transaction, but it's not once overall. Okay, so we're good with that. Our validation rules, they have to have a coupon code for MIL. Okay, so I clicked add, I added a coupon code. That's all I got to do. Coupons are an advanced topic that I will not have time to cover today. You can do serialized coupons. You can reward customers with coupons if they purchase enough. Do they purchase $100? Give them a coupon. That is what the coupon promo type is the reward is a coupon. Took me a while to figure that one out. So coupon codes can be used to trigger other promotions. If you want to give somebody a coupon, you have to set a coupon promotion. They meet the criteria, they will be issued with a coupon. We could do a receipt design that prints with a coupon for them if you want. So it's pretty cool. I'm not going to have time to describe that all the way through. So we're using a transaction discount for coupon code, and the rule is 10% off the discount or off the transaction. Now, tiered is available. What that means is we have to set a threshold point. So from 0, it's, for example, we could do $0, they get 5%. And then if they do 20, they get 10. And maybe if they do 50, they get 15. And maybe they do 100. Now, a tiered discount for a coupon like this wouldn't necessarily make sense, but the tiering system is cool and we'll revisit that. So we're going to switch back to normal mode, 10% off the transaction. Here's our summary. It's a transaction discount using coupon code military under validation. That's going to give them 10% off the whole transaction. I'm going to save and activate. And discount value. Yeah, it thought that as I switched between types or types here that I had zeroed out. So if you get an error, try to read the text that said my discount value is missing. So I overwrote that. I saved, no error. Let's go find our held transaction. They're pending. We're filtering for held. There it is. All right, I'm going to unhold. Now let's apply the military discount. Add has been applied. I would check it and remove it if I needed to. And it is taking an additional discount of $5 of 10 off the transaction. Okay, so this discount is not including this amount. So if I were to, I don't see a remove promo option. But just note the behavior. A transaction level discount will show up under the sales discount, and that will not be factoring in an item level discount. So, yeah, but because this is allowed to be applied with the coupon code promo or military coupon code, it's going to get the $5 off the item and another 10% off the transaction, right? If we set different preferences, by the way, you can check for promotions via this options button. There will be a final option here that says apply promotions. Okay, that's if you pick one of the other preferences we discussed earlier. Otherwise, when you tender, it'll either apply the promotion now, in which case you don't get to review. I'm not a fan of that. It will also prompt you if you want. But again, you don't get to see that the promotion took effect, right? So if I go to coupon and I remove military, right, I get to see that something is happening. And note there's still a $5 discount on the t-shirt using the t-shirt promo we set up, but our sale discount disappeared when we removed the promo code. So one more time for you. Add close 1050. It's about 10% of our subtotal of 105, right? And then tax is factored in on the discounted subtotal. All right, so don't need to do much with this. I'm just going to cancel and discard, and let's go do another promo type. Because a lot of you, see, when I click search, I've got this here. A lot of you are going to be interested in BOGOs. So let's do a BOGO. All right, discount reason, BOGO 1. Right, and we'll call this the BOGO group. That'll help me decide how they interact with other things. I'm not going to set anything about activation dates, store filters, price levels, days of the week. It can be combined with coupons, but not with single item discounts. Now we'll let it. I'm just not going to have a promo that is double dipping. So the t-shirts are going to stay separate and the hoodies are going to stay separate. Okay. And we'll let those do that. The BOGO validation rule. If they buy one of the hoodies contains hoodie. If they buy a hoodie, one, they could buy 3 and get the third off, right? Let's do that. Buy 2 hoodies. And 20% off. So this is validation. It applies to hoodies and you have to buy 2 of them. Okay. If it includes hoodies and the item subtotal reached a certain point, that could be useful. If you're doing it with manual discounts, you might end up dropping your item below a subtotal and not triggering a promo, so take note. Transaction level subtotal, so does this BOGO only apply past a certain dollar amount? Do we want to say, if you spend $100, then you can get 20% off your third hoodie? I don't know, but that's an option. And do you want to have a coupon code to trigger it? You could click it, add a coupon code, and you'd be good. We're not going to do that. And is it for customers, special customers only? With customers, we recommend using mark and info fields in the customer record to set a flag. Do you want to do a VIP? Do you have promos for VIPs only? Say mark 1 contains or equals VIP. And then in the customer record, you would have to put that in the mark or info field relevant. Okay, we're not going to do that. This is simple. They have to buy 2 of the hoodies, and then they get 1 of them for 20% off. Okay, so the reward rule versus the validation rule. Right? And with that said, let's go ahead and review the summary. It's a BOGO. This is a good time to mention the case sensitivity of the promotion name here. It is case sensitive. So if I do this all lowercase, it will report later in lowercase. So be careful because it's auto capitalizing here. Make a note. Okay, BOGO 1. No, I want it all caps, dang it. All right, we're going to save it. And I need to go set some pricing for my hoodies. One moment. One moment. Okay, it's been like 10 moments. So pardon me. Back to setting our prices. Sometimes those distractions just pop up. I have shooed away that distraction. So let's set some prices for our hoodies so that we can actually test our promos. I told you, I wiped this laptop recently. I don't have much pricing set up yet. And did it save everything? No, it did that again. So congratulations, you were with me as we discovered a bug together. I now have to save price twice. That's irritating. Ask me about keyboard shortcuts sometime, or better yet, ask Art. If you work with the tech here, Art, he is a keyboarding guru. All right, we've got some pricing. Let's go to point of sale, run a new transaction. Let's look up some hoodies. Ask us about wildcard searches. Yeah, that's weird. I think it's because I'm using seasonal pricing. Let's do the hoodie here. And lo and behold, I don't have anything triggering. Well, that's because I only have one. What if I switch to 2? What if I switch it to 3? You have to have 3 for it to be relevant. There you go. 2 of them at full price. That's the bottom line item. One of them took its 20% discount. So there you go. Buy 2, get 1 for 20% off. Right? Let's cancel. Let's sneak in as many more promo types as we can right now. We are going to do, looking at my list, I want to show you quantity tiered and rolling promotions. Look at that. We got a list going. So this is quantity. If I could type, maybe switch to summary mode and see how it looks here, because as you'll watch, the promotion name auto-populates. Okay, and it's QTY group, the QT group, right? And we'll select quantity from our promotion type. Note, most of these promos can use a coupon code. If you want to use a coupon code, set up a normal promotion, not a coupon, and use a coupon as your validation for a regular promotion. The coupon promo is intended to be used with coupons as the reward. And as awesome as that is, and the ability to print a coupon on a Prism receipt, we don't have that used enough and don't normally train on it. And I'm going to run out of time because quantity tiered and rolling tend to be confusing. So I'm going to spend the rest of our call talking quantity tiered and rolling discounts. All you have to do is schedule some time with us or send an email to tech@BigHairyDog to ask for more information about the other coupon types. Jeff and myself, Tyler, are the training team, so you can have an appointment with us whenever you want. Just reach out to service@BigHairyDog to do some scheduling. All right, we're doing a quantity promo. Validation rules. This, maybe we're going to do vendor VAN, not case sensitive. So we're going to do a quantity discount on vans. Okay, we'll just say you buy 2 pairs and you get 10% off. You know, it's relatively straightforward here. So we have any pair of vans in the store. When you buy 2 of them, you'll get a discount. Let's take 5% off. Right, that's pretty simple. The discount will apply to both products, but it won't apply to a third. It will apply to multiples of 2. That's what a quantity discount is cool for. You set a multiple, a multiplier, if you will, and each time they reach that multiple, they will trigger the discount. So buying 1 would not get 5% off. Buying 2 would get 5% off. Buying 3, 2 of them would get 5% off. Buying 4, all of them would get 5% off. It's a wonderful thing. Let's save. It said, do you want to activate? I said, heck yes. Let's pull up a pair of vans that probably doesn't have a price as well. They are getting expensive these days, aren't they? Okay, I bought 1. Nothing happens. What if I buy 2? There we go, 5% off each pair for a total of $9 off. What if I do 3? Oh, cancel. This does not like being blank or 0. That's why I keep getting an error message. So your mileage may vary. There we go. 2 of them have the 5% discount, the third doesn't. And then if we come here and we change this to 2, I just don't have enough of these in stock for this to work. Oh, you know what? I think I forgot a rule. This needs to apply more than once per transaction if I want the multiples to work. So let's head in and we'll edit this. And we need to set it to an unlimited application. Okay. There. Point of sale. Pending. Held. View. Unhold. Boom. It already calculated. And yeah, that was the issue, is I didn't have it set to apply too many times. So we will revisit that concept, and I'm going to give you a best practice for how many times to apply that. Okay. But that's a quantity discount. Every time 2 pairs of vans is rung up, each of those 2 pairs gets 5% off. If you ring up 3, it's not a multiple of 2, so one of the pairs wouldn't have been discounted. And now that we're at a multiple of 2 with 4, we've got a 5% discount on every single pair of shoes. Awesome. 4 pairs of Vans for under $400. I don't know if that's a good deal, but I don't think I'm buying 4 pairs of Vans anytime soon. All right. I got 2 more types of promos on my bucket list today. We are going to call this one the tiered example. Can I type? I think I can type. Most of the time I can. All right. Descriptions are great. My creative juices are running out, or being conflicted with my timing, because I want to keep this to an hour. We will put this into tier 1. Discount reason, tier 1. Promotion type, tiered. Well, what's the difference between a tiered and a rolling and a quantity? Quantity, we saw, we specify a quantity that triggers a discount. It's a single rate of discount for each multiple of that quantity that we specify. Tiering and rolling can increase the discount when you increase the volume. Okay, there is a significant but very nuanced difference between rolling and tiered. And quantity is in a league of its own. It's much more simplified. So tiered. The basic concept here is the more items purchased, the greater the discount. Buy more, get more. So when we get to a certain quantity, it triggers a discount. Then when we get to the next higher level, the next tier, it's going to trigger an even greater discount. And each time you reach the next tier, the discount pushes to all items below it. Tiering means they get an increasing discount as they go up, and it affects all items. A rolling discount will not go back to all the previous items. Each level of a rolling discount, you should see me, I'm waving my arms over here to nobody trying to demonstrate tiers. A rolling discount at each level will apply an increasing discount. Imagine a 2, 4, 6, 8 breakpoint. You buy 2 items, you get 10% off. You buy 4 items, those get 20% off, but the first 2 items are still only 10%. Okay, then when you buy 6, it's another 2 items. Those next 2 are now getting a 25%. And then when you buy 8, the final 2 get a 30% discount, but it trickles back down the way it activated. So if your final step is 30%, your previous step is 25%, your previous step is 20%, the items at each step keep their discount level. So a tiered discount retroactively pushes the best discount down to all items behind it that have met the threshold. A rolling discount applies a specific discount at each level and does not roll back. Okay, it's about the best I've ever been able to describe that, by the way. So I hope that makes sense, and I really encourage you to reach out and ask us about tiered versus rolling versus quantity. Tech at bighairydog.com or our bighairydog.com chat room. We are happy to talk about these nuances further, but I'm a little pressed for time, and I want to build a tiered and a rolling discount for you. So here we go. I'm going to let this apply unlimited times. Actually, this does not have a apply ticker because we set up the tiering. Okay, so let's do validation, and let's say this applies to, what else do we have in inventory? This is a non-functional promo. You know what we'll do? Let's go disable our t-shirt promo. We're gonna go pick on some t-shirts again. Deactivate. Now, quick note, if you go to your inactive promos, you can now delete the inactive promo. And it's gone. You'd have to completely rebuild it. So don't delete anything once it's deactive unless you know you don't need it again. Do delete it if you want to keep a clean, uncluttered list, right? And we're going to switch back to active search. Yeah, that's fine. Now let's go work on some t-shirts using a, oops, I had an existing one. I need to edit that. Tiered example 1, edit mode. Validation items. If you buy t-shirts, you get some benefits. Everybody loves a good t-shirt. The asterisks that I've been using at point of sale achieve the result of a contains search. That's a whole nother conversation, but double asterisks are pretty nifty at that basic item lookup at point of sale. All right, so if the description one contains t-shirt, we're not worried about quantities or subtotals, although we could say, you know, the item has to be above a certain point. So cheap t-shirts could be excluded by setting this higher than cheaper t-shirts, right? Do we need to flip a coupon or have VIP customers? No. Reward rules. Remember this? You probably don't because we only paused here briefly. But again, a tiering discount is going to increase the discount for all items at each level. So when you buy 2, you get 5. When you buy 4, you get 10. And when you buy 10, you can have 20% off. Okay, we need to get rid of these t-shirts. The way this is going to work is if they buy 2, both of those get 5%. If they buy 4, all 4 get 10%. If they buy 10, all 10 get 20. Rolling discounts mean that the first 2 get 5, the next 2 get 10, and then the next 6 get 20%. Okay. We'll do that again, but let's look at our tiered discount. So I'm good with that. And review our summary, nitpick your text if you want. Save, and let's go do a transaction with some t-shirts. Okay, so double asterisks, my friend, let's pick that one. And we're gonna say first, I've got 2 to 5%. Now I've got 4. All 4 are getting 10%. Now I've got 10. I need to not push my numlock key when I'm trying to work. I don't have enough in inventory. That's all that's telling me. Look at that, $100 off. That's a nice 20% transaction, right? Who needs 10 t-shirts? I kind of do, but I'd want a good mix of bands. Anyway, that is a tiered discount. Each tier that you step up to applies the discount rate to all items. And we're going to do a rolling discount, and timing less of a concern than me completing the lesson for you, so not too much of a rush here. Let's go ahead and do a rolling example. Roll Tide roll, you know who you are, one of my other trainees. Yeah, we'll do that, that's fine. And I'm gonna make it a rolling discount. Now, unfortunately, I had no attendees. This is strictly a recorded monologue, so I will not have any questions and answers at the end of this. Once I test this with you, we're gonna have to end the recording for today. But please reach out to Tech at Big Hairy Dog. You can reach out to me directly, Tyler T at BigHairyDog.com. Ask me promo questions. I'd be happy to get back to you. Might be a little quicker to get a response from the tech mailbox, though. But if you follow the rules that you have here today, then you can be pretty dangerous with the promo system. And know that there's a few advanced goodies out there waiting for you. So remember, a follow-up topic might be, how do I generate coupons as rewards? How do I print those coupons for a customer who earns that coupon reward? And what coupon is that actually going to apply to? What discount? So I'd be happy to discuss all that. Unfortunately, I just ran out of time today. It's my second recording that I had to make. So here we go. We're doing a rolling discount. We don't need to worry about any of these filters right now. Yeah, we'll combine it with other stuff just because it can be combined with coupons. All right, apply to manually discounted, not worried about it. I'm going to do an unlimited application for this one just to save my work, and the reward is not set up yet. So next, let's do, we're going to go bully those hoodies again. I'm going to have to deactivate that other promo. Okay, so if it's a hoodie, again, if you want to exclude cheap hoodies, set a higher subtotal. If you have hoodies at $29.99 and you want it to affect the $39.99 hoodies, that's an easy way to do it. Okay. Additional rules, we're not going to take time. Do I want it triggered by a coupon code or with the right customer on a transaction? Okay. Rewards, same thing like tiered, we're going to build a few levels. But this time we'll buy 2 hoodies for 5, 4 hoodies for 10, and we'll do 6 hoodies at 15. And we'll do 8. 8 for 20%. Okay. And I know it's 20%. You have the option of taking dollar amounts off or changing to a different price level or setting a price point. Okay. I use discount percents. They're the easiest to talk about and think about for demonstration purposes. But all of the promos that I've been showing you today have a discount type under reward rules that should be modifiable to your preference of a price override, a discount percent, a discount amount, or a price level switch. Okay. Do you have a promo pricing level? Pretty cool if you do. Okay. Summary, we're going to look at all of this. It's good to go. We know that we have rules set up in the rolling section here. Now we're going to save again. No errors because I completed that. Let's deactivate the other hoodies. What do we do? BOGO for hoodies? Yep. Need to deactivate this so that we don't get any cross-contamination. Let's do a new transaction. Let's ring up some hoodies. And I'm going to do 2 of these. So quantity of 1 doesn't get a discount, but a quantity of 2, 5% off of the 1. Okay. I think that is telling me that I borked my promo setup. So 5% off the first 2, that's good. 10% off the next 2. And then when I change this to 5, 10, 15, and let's pop in a 00019, should give me 20% off. There we go. Now there's some interesting behavior where it's leaving this one at the bottom. Let's see if I remove that. Yeah, the rest of the discount is a little strange. Already specified too. So that single one is getting 20% off. The first one is still getting full price. Your mileage may vary. I beg of you, come bug me about this. I'm going to be doing more testing, and if I have discovered a bug today through stress testing, I'm going to get it reported. But a tiered and a rolling discount are very useful. So by all means, please reach out to the service and the training and the tech team anytime you want to discuss promos or you're having strange behavior. We don't accept these things. If this should be 2, it should be 2. Okay, so like I said, I'm going to do some testing and report it, but you let us know if you find anything like that. We know that Prism has some gremlins, and we attack those gremlins as aggressively as we can here at Big Hairy Dog. We are your channel to the developers. Always happy to report things. Well, maybe not happy if you're not happy, but we would be very willing to make sure that issues like this get reported. And so on that note, I've got a minor issue to go report on with the rolling discount system. But tiered was working beautifully. Quantity is great. BOGO is great. Coupon codes are great. Item discounts are simple. You have so much control with those validation and reward rules. Do you want a promotion to apply for a transaction that reaches a threshold? When you spend $100, get 10% off immediately. That would certainly encourage people to buy more than $90 worth of stuff, right? Anyway, bring on the questions. Unfortunately, there were no attendees, so I won't have questions and answers for you today. But don't forget to set your permissions, check your preferences, and always test your promotions. And as a final note, the best practice for promotions is to plan them before you come working in the system. Get a spreadsheet, get some scratch paper, get your team together and talk about the discounts and what is going to trigger the discount. What is the discount going to earn the customer in terms of rewards? Dollars off. There's also a gift item. We can give away freebies through the promotion system if they meet the validation criteria. So again, the recommendation is to plan. Plan your promotions, just like you would plan PI by mapping out your store zones. Plan your promotions so that once you get into the promotion system, you're just setting them up. Probably going to be easier that way, and you'll know that, hey, I ran into this bug with my rolling promotion, but everything else is good to go. You know, lists are wonderful. We love those. On that note, I've said about as much as I've got to say in the time allotted on promos. So if you have questions, we've got answers. Tech at Big Hairy Dog, service at Big Hairy Dog, Tyler T at BigHairyDog.com. Reach out for dedicated training or visit our chat room or send an email for free extra information if we can provide it. Thank you for listening. Those of you in the future watching this recording, I hope promos work a little better for you than they did on my current version. We're expecting big updates from Retail Pro this year. So keep in tune, try out promos. Let us know if you need any assistance or have any questions, and have a wonderful day. Thanks for listening.